What is up, everybody? It is your boy Robbie Dagger, bringing you the first ever edition of Mecha Monday. Best little genre there is, you know what I'm saying. So in this one, we're going to be talking about one of the newest Gundam games that just came out. This one's Gundam Versus, just came out, I think in the beginning of October. We're going to talk about it a little bit. So welcome to the show. If you don't know, my name's Robbie Dagger. I'll be your host on this episode here. So in this one, I want to talk about Gundam Versus, what it has to offer. Is it good enough? Is it worth the money? Let's kind of get into it. So, first thing you might be wondering is just like, what can you do? So, it is an arena fighter. Basically, you will be just doing battles, and there are a couple of different modes. We're gonna kind of run through them really quick right here. So there's a few different ones when you hit play. You're hit with a bunch of stuff. A couple of little options here. So there's Ultimate Battle, which is a challenging mode for you to defeat as many enemies as possible under a variety of conditions. And that's kind of exactly what it is. If you click on it, easy survival, normal survival, hard survival, boss survival. It's kind of like waves. This game's kind of set up. Sets you in a little arena, you fight a couple waves, and then you move on to like another zone. As you can see, I haven't finished hard survival or boss survival. Not easy tasks. Moving down the list, we've got trial battles, and these are more for... they're equivalent to... in my mind, it's almost like a story mode. As you can see, there's 10 different routes, various difficulties, and clear GP. GP is like a currency in this game that you can use to buy new stuff. New Navigators, new Strikers, which are some units that come out and shoot stuff for you for a little bit. So as you can see, there's a bunch of different routes here, and they all actually have, or when you move further down the list, they've got different sections. So you actually do have to run them more than once to try out the other kinds of battles. So tons of stuff to do right here. Tons of stuff to do in the trial battles. This is a really good place to come to the game and practice when you're brand new, because the battles do get pretty tough. As you can see, after the 5th level, the 5th route, the route level changes from normal difficulty to hard difficulty, and it even goes to ultimate difficulty, so it's pretty tough. I definitely have had trouble. It's good practice though. And then moving down further on the list, we've got practice mode. This is more of just a set your teams and your enemy teams up and fight against them. This is really good if you're having trouble fighting a particular mobile suit. This is awesome. As you can see, I have Wing Gundam set up in there because he's a tough baddie in this game. So really cool there. Also, ranked matches, of course. This is awesome. And then there's casual matches for if you just want to, do some unranked stuff, which is cool. I like that there's both options. There's also player matches, and this is awesome, actually. This is awesome. I love this so much that they added this. What this does is it lets you either create a room or search for a room. And the rooms you can find and create it's just kind of a variety of things. As you can see, you can turn the policy to beginners only, intermediates only, friends only. You can edit the room name, the room message, and then max participants. The hot thing going around right now, and this changes all the time, is shuffle teams with 16 participants. What shuffle teams actually does is set you in teams of 2-on-2, and it just shuffles so that you're not ever fighting like the same person over and over. This can be awesome if you've got a group of friends that just wants to play together, or you just want to do some casual matches, but you don't want to wait for the casual matches to find new members every time. This is way faster. It keeps you battling. As you can see, if you're not a new player, you can easily lower the rank. You can edit the rank restrictions and the win rate restrictions. So if someone's just like, if you're a new player, you can set it up to only be fighting with like new players. Just whatever you're comfortable with. And then you pretty much want to set it to worldwide. You don't want to keep it to region only, because From what I've seen, worldwide works way better, way faster. There's a lot of people who bought this game in a different region, so they could get it a little earlier. So definitely keep that in mind. But then, of course, you can just go ahead and search for your friends' rooms if they've got anything going. It's very, very nice, very convenient. It adds a lot. It's very simple, but it adds a lot to the game and to you wanting to actually play the game. We are going to get into some gameplay here, so stay tuned for that. And then, of course, there's a tutorial for you to learn the basics and techniques and all that. Really, really cool. I went through it myself. Very, very worth it. So that's pretty much every style of play. There's a little bit there for the single players. Like if you don't like fighting other people, if you're not really a competitive person, you could definitely hang out in Ultimate Battle, Trial Battle, and it's not anything you're gonna get through very fast. Honestly, the AI gets really tough, so you actually have to learn really, really good movement in this game if you want to clear all that stuff. Alright, so moving on down to Mobile Suit. I know what mobile suits are in the game is a huge question, always a huge question. There are so many. So it does let you select a couple favorites, but let's go ahead and just look on the list. So you can scroll through every single mobile suit in the game if you like, or you can scroll by series, and as you can see, every single mobile suit on this left side can be selected. So there are quite a few. There's a couple locked ones which are DLCs, which I'll get into in a minute. But as you can see, there is tons of stuff, tons of mechs to play with. As you can see, they all have levels. Right above where it says their grade, you can see that they have levels. Like this one's level 0, haven't used him yet, and this one's level 3. I've used him about once or twice. So, right now, you can unlock stuff up to level 20, and level 20 is the cap, so yeah, it's not very fast getting to level 22, so it'll give you some stuff to do. You actually do unlock stuff when you level them up, as you can see. So here we go, with this mobile suit, I've got a couple of things here I can unlock. So we're using Garlatan. Sorry if I'm butchering that. But as you can see, we can unlock a whole bunch of stuff. This is a new striker, which are mobile suits that come out and help support us. They shoot some stuff for us. They're very, very helpful. And we can just unlock a whole bunch of stuff. So you can unlock a couple of different things. These are all strikers. This lady, this mech had a bunch of strikers, but you can unlock new titles, new emblems. Oh, that's a nice emblem, actually. Nice. New emblems, and then you can even unlock new navigators. A navigator is someone who basically talks you through the fight while you're doing it. And then, of course, there's tons of strikers in this game. We kind of talked a little bit about strikers. Just tons and tons of them. Bunch of them I haven't even touched, haven't even unlocked yet. So I'm still working on unlocking stuff in the game. Definitely not an easy task. There's definitely a lot of stuff to unlock. A lot of stuff to do in the game. And then, so if you go down to the briefing room, you can set your navigator there. So right now I've got Nina Trinity set up as my navigator. Default is Haro. I will say he's pretty annoying. He's pretty annoying. Just his voice. But as you can see, there's so many of them right now. There's just a ton. And from my understanding, they keep adding on, so very, very cool. You can also set your emblems, set your titles. There's a place to watch replays. You can check out rankings. You can set messages to kind of go off while you're in battle. You press that little Ps4 big solid button and a direction on the D-pad, and you can You can basically communicate with your teammates saying simple things like, I'll rush in, I'll stay in the back, I've got tons of damage, all sorts of really cool stuff like that. And then you can view your battle records. So lots of stuff. If you go into add-ons, it shows you all the DLC, but it doesn't usually work, so I won't show it to you guys right now. Right now, I will say there are tons of mechs in the game, tons of mobile suits, and there is already about 12 DLC mobile suits in the game. Now, I will say you do not need any of the DLC mobile suits. I have purchased one of them so far, and I'll do a review on that kind of in a separate video. But I will say you really don't need the DLC units. They're not anything super special. There's nothing game breaking in there, so it's not pay to win by any means at all. I really believe you could play this game for its entire life and never buy a DLC and be very happy and still probably have not finished leveling all your Gundams up and all your mobile suits up to level 20. So there's a lot to do. There's definitely a lot to do. Very, very cool game. Let's get into some... Let's do a quick battle here, so we can show you guys the gameplay. Now, I will say movement is the most important thing in this game, and it's very hard to master. So what I would say for this game is it's very fun to play and easy to pick up and play, but there's just a lot to it as far as mastering the game goes, and learning how to get your shots in, land your shots in without getting hit, taking too many hits. So this one's just a one-on-one. This is what I do to basically. This is what I was doing when I first got the game, was first practicing. So you know, I might not do really well. I'm not really good with this mobile suit that I'm using right now, but you know, it's a good example on the types of battles you can do. As you can see, it gets intense very quickly. But it is a lot of fun. There's a lot to learn. It's definitely not something you're going to pick up and you're going to be good at right away like a lot of other fighting games. This one has... I'm still learning things. I've been playing it for about a week now. I'm still learning things. Oh, wow. Basically, it all comes down to movement, so if you can master that quickly, then you'll be happy. We may not win this one, but you guys can kind of see how the game kind of plays. Very, very fast-paced. Let's use a striker so you guys can see what that's like. And every striker is a little bit different. They all have like kind of different moves. This is my favorite one so far. Shoots a giant beam. Oh, got the countered. So, lots to learn. Definitely a blast learning it and, you know, experimenting, figuring out the better and better ways to use your mobile suit. And there's just tons of mobile suits to choose from, so a little something for everybody, a little something for every single Gundam fan, I would say. So let's talk about pros really quick. Pros, I would say lots of surprisingly fun and deep gameplay, just so deep. I can't believe how incredibly difficult it is to play this game well, actually. The learning curve's just, it's non-stop. That's a good thing. Also, the amount of like things you can do, options to actually play the game is pretty good. I will say if you weren't looking for just an arena fighter, you might be a little bummed out, although I'm not big on arena fighters or even fighting games in general, and I still really enjoy this game. So for what it's worth, I do think it's an awesome game, even if you're not big on competition and fighting and stuff. As far as cons go, I mean, there's not a whole lot. Part of me wishes there were more Gundams, but I mean, that's just kind of being greedy since there's so many already. I know they are adding more, so it's something that's going to be staying alive throughout, you know, throughout the year. Something I'll be touching back on, for sure. You can definitely catch me playing it at twitch.tv/RobbieDag if you want to come by the live stream. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think about this awesome game, and if you're picking it up, or if you're thinking about picking it up, let me know what your favorite mobile suit is, and I will catch you on the flip side. See you on the twitch.tv/RobbieDag. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Share it if you liked it. Comment down below. Best of luck to you, and I'll catch you later.